In the second age of Middle-earth, the forces of the Last Alliance march towards Mordor. Elrond scouts ahead with a trusted advisor and a battalion of elves. They find an outpost controlled by the Witch King and a brutal troll chieftain. The time for battle has come. In this video, we wanted a themey game that was also competitive. It's a 500 points match between the forces of Rivendell and Barad Dur. The scenario is domination. There are 5 objectives, worth 2 points each. You also get points for killing 50% of the enemy army and wounding their leader. The Elven army is led by Elrond. He has foresight points which give him lots of control over the priority phase. He has great all-round attacks and is super durable with 3 rerollable fate and a spell that he can use to heal himself. This army also has Dur, an elf hero with throwing daggers who gets to reroll all failed to wounds. There's also 10 high elves with spear and shield, 2 Rivendell knights, 4 archers, and an absolutely amazingly converted and painted bannerman. This elven army was made by Jeremy from the Green Dragon podcast. The Barad Dur army, which is the one that I painted but not the one I'll be playing today, is led by the Witch King. He has 3 might, 13 will, and 2 fate. This makes him a powerful magic caster, but he can be easy to kill if he gets in combat. The Troll Chieftain is a beast. With high strength, fight, and attacks, he should be easily able to kill just about everything. Also, being a monster means that he gets access to brutal power attacks. The army also has 14 orcs, 5 black Numenoreans, 2 Morgul knights, 2 orc trackers, and a bannerman. Let's meet our players and get into this game.
Hey guys, I'm Alex, and today I'm going to be using the forces of Mordor. Jacob's on a losing streak on the channel. I've helped contribute to that. Geordie has as well. Hopefully we can maintain it. That's the bottom line. We're not letting him win.
Hi, I'm Jacob, and today I'm playing the forces of Rivendell. We're playing domination, which I think is really good for my elves because we've got great courage. Even if we break, we should be able to stay around, so I should be able to hold more objectives than Alex. Our board today is the Wastelands of Mordor. There's 3 big buildings, one in the center and one on each side. There's 5 sets of crates and barrels scattered terrain and a bunch of rocky outcroppings. Finally, we have our 5 objectives scattered around the board. And with that, we're ready to deploy. So Alex went pretty close to the line and he kept his Witch King behind a line of black Numenoreans and orcs. I went next with Dur. He just has the 4 archers, so it's a little warband drop, so I can tell where the rest of Alex's army is going to be before I have to put down the rest of mine. And then Alex went with the big Troll Chieftain, and he put some guys in front of him, and I think this is because he's afraid of Elrond turn 1 charging straight into him, who I put down next. And Elrond with his knights and his warriors went up to these crates and barrels so we can use them as a defended obstacle, and that bannerman looking so good there. And our 5 objectives start in the house in the back. There's one in the center of the board, which is inside the arena tower. One down here right in front of Alex's Troll Chieftain. There's one in the jail in the back here. And there's another one just behind the main tower that you can't see on camera right now. I'm just going to quickly interrupt for this exciting announcement. Hi guys, Jacob from Conquest Creations here, and I have a super exciting announcement. That is the Kingdom of Azragor. That is our next line of 3D printable miniature scenery that's going to go out on Kickstarter. The premise of the whole set is that there was a once noble and bright kingdom of men that has since been destroyed and inhabited by orcs, trolls, spirits, and all other manner of evil creatures. This terrain is all designed to be easy to print and perfect for gameplay. This is just one of the many buildings in this massive set of terrain. This building here is the arena, and it has some really cool features. Firstly, it's got an openable gate. There's plenty of ladders so that models can get up inside the building, and a walkway where archers could sit and fire down at their opponents, but to keep it balanced in game, there's no cover up there, so the archers will be exposed. There is going to be a ton of information coming out about the Kingdom of Azragor over the next coming weeks, and I am so excited to get it released to you. And with that over, let's get back to the battle report. So before we start the game, Elrond needs to roll 1 dice, and this is for his foresight of the Eldar points. I've got a 4, that means I have 4 points that can be used similar to my points to modify my roll for priority. And here we are at the start of the game. That's going to go into turn 1 priority. And that's going to go to Mordor, and you know what? I'm actually okay with that. So Alex, that's your move. So Alex's first priority was getting his Troll Chieftain into combat, and that's exactly what he did, charging up the elevated position because his troll is so tall, he doesn't care.
we've put in the Troll Chief, and he's in a pretty exposed spot though. We've got Elrond, some Rift Knights bearing down on him. So the Witch King is going to spend 2 will points to cast a black dart on, not Elrond, but Elrond's horse. And we'll reroll, see if we get the 6.
So he gets it on a 5, and I will not be resisting because you've targeted my horse, and I want my will points for some magic later on.
3. Gets on a 4.
So there's the horse down, and I'm just dismounted. Losing a big hero's horse is always sad, but this is exactly what I was expecting from the Witch King's magic, so I'm not upset about it. And next up, Alex just started pushing his Black Numenorians into my elves that are defending this barrier. Now, defending a barrier is absolutely great for me, but I am worried about a hurl from his Troll Chieftain potentially knocking me over, meaning that I'll be prone and won't be able to defend that barrier. The rest of Alex's guys just shimmied around, and then in my movement phase, I went in. My Rivendell Knights charging in because they can hit hard, and if they can each kill 2 models, I'll have a great lead in the kill tally. Eristor just ran up. He's got some Orsing throwing knives, so he'll be able to throw those in the shooting phase. And into the rest of my movement, everything's just shimmying around. I wanted to bring my banner across to support my knights because they can hit really hard, while my troops are relatively weak. Into the shooting phase, Alex shot at me into combats, didn't kill anything, and then I shot back at him, and also did not kill anything anywhere on the battlefield. We are into the combat phase. Alex, do you have anything to declare?
Yes, the Troll Chieftain's calling a heroic combat. We've invested in big heroes. We don't have a massive number of models, so we're going to hopefully cut down on the elves and just get stuck in.
Alright, well, that means we'll start with that one. Alright, I've set the bar on a 3, you're on a 6, so you've won that fight. Now, do you want to do any brutal power attacks?
No, I'm going to just get the heroic combat off and might leave the brutal power attacks for the follow-up combat.
Alright, let's see if you can kill me. On the roll of a 5, I am dead. So, where are you going to end up?
So, even though I'd love to get into that Riv Knight there, unfortunately this Spearman up the top's control zone will make me charge him, and therefore I'll pair off fighting him. It's going to keep it simple, and he's so large, we'll get up here and charge these 2 elves.
And in the next fight, my Rivendell Knight went down to 2 Orcs. That was really unlucky. And my next Rivendell Knight also lost his fight, despite both of them having ban range. But after that, my 2 Rivendell Warriors managed to beat the Troll Chieftain and just push him back. That is absolutely massive for me, so overall, this has been a pretty good turn. In the rest of the fights, we just pushed each other around a little bit, and no one else died. And here's the state of the board after our first turn.
Let's go.
I'm on a 2, you're on a 4. I'll spend 2 foresight points to equal you. So I'm on a 4 as well. And that means it's my priority. Do you want to call any heroics?
No, I think I'm going to let you have it. I think we're in a decent spot. We can't get enough in if we have priority. And I'll let you make a move and we'll respond to that.
Now, I like my army a lot because it's got a lot of resources. It is only 5 might, but these foresight points act as pseudo might points in a sort of roundabout kind of way. And we're just charging him with this Rivendell Knight. He's going back into the Slayer of Elves, those 2 Orcs, and then we're charging in to the Troll Chieftain. Now, because he causes terror, I did actually fail a terror test with one of my elves, so he's sitting there doing nothing, but Elrond certainly didn't fail his terror test, and he is running in, ready to swing at that Troll Chieftain. Everyone else just adjusted, and these 2 elves on top of the evil arena are just shimmying so they can get some better shots for this turn. And into Alex's movement, his cavalry came in, which took away my Rivendell Knight's charge. Some of his orcs climbed over these crates and barrels, and the rest just engaged wherever they could. The good thing is he wasn't able to pull any elves off of the Troll Chieftain combat, but next turn he's got some Black Numenorians running up. And the Witch King cast Transfix against Elrond on 1 dice, so I'm going to resist it because I want to kill the troll. So I'm going to use 2 dice from my store here. And I have resisted it, but I don't get any of them left. So I have 1 left in my store. And with the movement phase complete, it goes into the shooting phase. There's none from Alex, and I'll have 4 shots. I'm going to start with these 2 on this side going into the Black Numenorians running towards them. 2 hits. And nothing. Next up, these 2 elves have clear shots down at this Orc Tracker, who they're going to kill on 4s. So they're going to go after him first, and then just into one of the Orcs if they get that. They both missed. That's 2 misses, so very unfortunate shooting, but that's alright. And that takes us into the combat phase, where Lord Elrond is going to be calling a heroic strike against this troll, but that's all the heroic actions for the turn.
We want to save the most exciting for last, so we'll come back to that one. The fight phase started off by me getting 2 kills, Aristor being responsible for one of them, and then this little group of elves is very isolated, and it probably wasn't a good play for me to put them over there. I did manage to kill 1 orc, but then 1 elf spear and shieldman went down, and the second Rivendell knight very unfortunately went down in there. And the final fight is Elrond and a bunch of his friends fighting against the troll chieftain. So Elrond did call a heroic strike, so his fight value is 10. That's awesome. And I'm actually going to two-hand with Elrond because I really need to be getting damage on you. Do you want to set the bar for me?
Let's go. I'll take my banner. That's a 3 high. It's a 3 high still.
Ouch. Well, I didn't need to strike, that's for sure. I'll start with Elrond. There we go. He's won the fight. And now Elrond needs 5s to wound, but I'll start with the other 3 dice. They need 6s by 4s. There's 1 6. No, nearly. And then Elrond just needs 5s. There's 1, and I can use Lord of the West to reroll. There's 2 wounds on your Troll Chieftain. Do you want to use your Fate?
I'll just take my 2 wounds and hopefully redeem that next turn.
Alright, so he's got 1 wound and 1 Fate remaining. And backs up. So that takes us to priority for the next turn. I'm on a 4, you're on a 4 as well, so currently going to you. I might use 1 foresight point to win that.
Makes sense. I think I will be calling a heroic move with the Witch King to counter that.
Yeah, okay, and you know what? I'm not going to do anything about that, so you can go for it. And in the Witch King's move, he just rolled his dice for a 2 dice transfix against Elrond, and he got it on a 6. Now I only have 1 point of will left, and I'm actually not going to resist that because, honestly, I think I'll just lose anyway if I resist it, so I'm going to save that 1 extra point of will for something a bit more reliable. I was really happy that Alex chose to use a point of might here. He's really resources constrained, especially because he's already used 1 on a heroic combat that didn't quite go off, so the fact that he's using it is great. With this Troll Chieftain, he chose not to charge into Elrond because Elrond's just sitting there doing nothing this turn anyway. That went into my normal movement where I just engaged as many orcs and guys as possible, trying to trap some of these orcs that jumped over the crates and barrels. And then it was into Alex's turn where he really just re-engaged. Now the interesting part of his move was where on my flank he could have come around behind my line of elves and hopefully got some traps next turn, but instead he's just running forwards going after my objective. I've got a barrier to defend, but we'll see if he can break through that. And into the shooting phase, all my elf archers shot, but didn't manage to kill anything. Alright Alex, that takes us into the combat phase. What do you think you're doing here?
I'm going to be calling yet another heroic combat. I see a nice, juicy looking transfixed Elrond and a nice line of spearmen right behind him, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll win the fight against you is the main thing.
Alright, so that is the troll out of might. Interesting. So Alex's plan here is to kill that 1 elf and then charge into Elrond. If he can win the fight against Elrond because he's got a higher fight value, then he can use the Hurl Brutal Power Attack, which will throw Elrond through my line of elves, which will do a ton of damage, so I really hope he doesn't get this off. So my 1 elf fighting the troll is going to shield. He's on 2 6s. Ooh, you're on a 5 and you're out of might.
Oh.
And that is a lost fight. Wow. That was better than I was anticipating. So good job from that elf. That was an absolutely huge moment. That saved Elrond a ton of damage and it meant that all of my elves are still standing. Of course it wasn't great odds for the troll to go on and kill Elrond, but I am so relieved there. The next fight saw a shielding elf just push back a black Numenorean, and then Aristor with his 2 strength 4 attacks where he can reroll failed wounds managed to kill 2 enemies, a black Numenorean and an orc spearman. Now I had some traps in here and managed to kill 2 orcs before losing the last fight and just pushing back, but overall I was pretty happy with how that went. This elf, hopelessly surrounded, died, and then finally my elf successfully defended his barrier, just pushing back the black Num. And here we are at the start of the next turn. I got a 6 for priority, meaning it goes to the elves. Alex, what are you planning on doing here?
Unfortunately, that hurl not going off last turn of the heroic combat before the hurl means we're in a bit of a precarious position. I think I just need to burn through my resources, call the heroic move with the Witch King, and just encircle the elves very quickly.
So I know that if I get encircled, and especially if he lines up a hurl on me, that could break the back of my army. So I pull the heroic move with Aristor just in there. So there's a roll-off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil. 4, 5, 6 goes good. It's my roll. I'll use a Conquest Creations dice because I want to see a big 6 here. Oh, I called it as well. That's magical. To start off his move, Eristor charged into this orc, and with his throwing weapons at reroll wound, he managed to get the kill, and then he charged into the bannerman and the Black Numenorian, so I'm threatening Alex's banner here. And then his elf buddy just came around the side to make sure Eristor didn't get trapped, because I don't want to risk him dying for any reason. And then my elves are just engaging, and we're making sure that we stay out of her line for that big troll chieftain, because that could really mess up our day. Importantly, Elrond decided to go into this orc instead of the troll chieftain. He's going in with a bunch of friends, so he can heroic combat if he wants, or if he gets transfixed, there's no troll chieftain nearby. So it's now the Witch King's turn to go. Alex, what are you doing?
Unfortunately, he's got to hold off Elrond for a turn and hopefully make something work. We're going to do a 2 dice transfix at Elrond as we move. And we're on a 3, which casts it, but I'll take a reroll as well and get a big 6.
If you left it on a 3, I certainly wouldn't be spending my will. But given that you've got it on a 6, I don't think now's the time to spend it. I'm okay not heroic combating there because it means you're really low on resource and I'll still have a bunch. So I'm transfixed, which sucks, but that's your move.
So we're 3 inches across and then 7 inches into these 2. We got to get stuck in if we want to break down these Rivendell forces.
So he's in combat. It's brave.
Yes, very much so.
So that is a fight 5 Witch King going into fight 5 Elves. It'll be interesting. The rest of Alex's guys just streamed it up, and then the guys that were attacking my back objective sort of did a little bit of a runaway, which kind of surprised me, and this elf just jumped in front so he could be in the way for shooting. And there was another turn of Elven shooting. These guys here in the jail base shot forwards into that orc. Didn't kill anything. And then these 2 up here fired down into these 2 orcs. Once again, did not kill anything. So that's going to go into the combat phase. Alex, are you going to call anything with your last point of might?
Nothing to call, unfortunately.
Alright, and I have nothing to call either. So let's just start fighting. I've got priority. Fight phase started well with me killing 2 orcs, and then it was on to a big combat. So we have these 2 elves who are fighting against the Witch King. I managed to win the fight thanks to my Elven Blade. I've just rolled my wounds and I've got a 6 here. I need a 6/4 if I want to win the Witch King. So if this is a 4, first wound on the Witch King. Oh, that's a wound on the Witch King. Oh. Now, Alex, you went with a budget build, so you only have 2 fate points. You've got 2 fate, 1 might.
Let's do it.
Are you spending the last point of might?
God, that sucks.
This is a rough position.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm in a quite bad spot because you've managed to bunker down my troll chieftains out of resources. If the Witch King doesn't have a might point to really try and do something next turn, it's gonna be really rough. I'm actually considering taking the chance and spending.
Wow!
I just think because if I spend the might, I'm just in a tough spot. Without priority. You still have a foresight point left?
If it makes you feel any different, I literally already scratched out your might point on the book because I thought you were going to spend it. I'm happy to put
How many
back.
kills have I done? That's a good question. Because we have roughly the same amount of models, but I've lost 9 of them so far.
You've lost 9, I've lost 5. I started with 19. I think you had a few more than me at the start. So it's... like the main thing is, if the Witch King does go down, if you roll a 1 or 2 on your next fate, he is dead. And the Troll Chieftain's only 1 wound, 1 fate.
We all know the smart decision here is the might point. I just think if I let this go with the might point, it'll probably lead to a minor loss. If I lose him, obviously it will be a loss, but I want to win.
Yeah,
it's all about winning.
Let's see it. So now do you spend the might point?
Yes, we will.
Alright.
No, we'll let him die.
That went so phenomenally well for the elves. I wasn't expecting that at all. I very easily could have just lost a model there instead of having that happen. In the next fight, I managed to win the fight and just push back, but I was shielding where I was outnumbered. I lost an elf to the Morgul Knight, and then Eristor managed to get a kill on the Black Numenorian, which was really nice. I like taking those guys out because they're so strong, and just pushed that Bannerman back. Final fight of the turn is the Troll. I will be shielding. Oh, that's good. Alright, you need a 6 here. Oh, okay, so you do win it. What do you want to do?
I am going to barge. The only use the troll has now is having high fight value and high killing power. So I'm going to barge him kind of back to my right 3 inches.
Yep. So that'll end up just over here.
And we'll see where we end up.
6 inches. So you've got plenty of movement here.
So basically, no limit.
So So it looks like the banner and one other guy. And the banner is the blue dice. I want a 6, goes down to a 5. Oh, you're on a 6, so you will win that. Cool. So this was a good play from Alex. Not only did he double his kills with the troll this turn, but he also got the troll right next to Elrond. And if Elrond's fighting the troll, I'll probably be wanting to spend my might points just to heroic strike to make sure I survive. Now it has taken 2 wounds, but it is still strong, so I'm not feeling confident I can take it down. Hi guys, sorry to interrupt again. This is just a bit of behind the scenes. In my last video, I asked for your feedback on what I can improve, and basically everyone said audio. Totally fair enough. The solution is on its way. I've got a bunch of audio installation that's going to go all around the studio, as well as looking to upgrading to lavalier mics. Without your guys' feedback, I wouldn't have known that this was a problem, so thank you for that. And if there is any way at all that I can make these videos better, leave them in the comments. Also, last week I said whoever suggested a video and it got the most likes in the comments, I would 100% make it. And I'm happy to announce that that is the Battle of Erebor between the Easterlings and the Defenders of Erebor. So, that video is on its way. Let's get back to the game. At this stage in the game, I need to kill 3 more to break Alex. He just needs to kill 2 more if he wants to break me. And it's really important that we start playing the objective. So, just a reminder, I have one objective covered by those 2 elves in there. There's one objective in the central tower, which I currently have and I'm feeling pretty comfortable about. Now, there's one in this house back here. Alex, do you have a guy in that house?
I don't, but I have some dudes hidden around the board.
Alright, and there's obviously this objective here, and let's go for a look around the board. So, back over here on the dark side of the board, there's one orc there, and looks like one black Numenorian just around that side, so he'll be able to threaten the arena objective, and I need to come and get this one. Alright, that's going to go into priority. I'm going to chuck that dice tray in the middle here.
Let's go for it.
I'm on a 2, you're on a 5. I only have 1 foresight point. I can't do anything about that, so I'll probably be spending some might here. And priority for this turn went to Alex, but I've called a heroic move, and there's nothing Alex can do about it. Aristor called it, so he's going to charge in here. And he's going to throw a throwing weapon at this orc here, and got the kill. So I'll take him out, and now it's Aristor fighting the banner, and he'll wrap around as far as he can, just like that. This elf is then going to charge that orc up on the barrier. You'll get a defended obstacle for being raised, but it means that Bannerman is in a lot of trouble. And this is a very sad sacrifice for me. The Bannerman has taken a courage test to charge the Witch King because he needs to just hold him up. So he's going into the Witch King and looks like one other orc. Just so the Witch King isn't casting this turn, it means the Bannerman's in a lot of trouble and might die, but I think it's worth it. Now in the rest of my move, I charged one elf into the Troll Chieftain just to tie him up. If I can get the Troll Chieftain just killing one guy a turn, I'll be happy. And Elrond ran around and he charged into a Morgul Knight and one of the Black Numenorians. So hopefully he can get some kills. I think both of us are probably going to break this turn of the game. So I want to make sure I'm in a good position to attack the Witch King next turn with Elrond. And in Alex's move, he just adjusted and he sent this Orc Tracker towards the objective. The shooting phase was once again completely ineffective, and into the combat phase, the Witch King started by killing my Elven Bannerman. This was very sad, but it was a price I knew I had to pay. In the very next fight, Alex got another kill, meaning I am now broken, but Aristor followed that by killing the Bannerman.
Awesome, so the Troll Chieftain has just won a fight against the High Elf Warrior, and what I've decided to do is barge the Brutal Power Attack. So when you barge, all models in the fight move back a full 3 inches if possible. In this instance, though, he's not able to do so. So, in a direction of my choosing, he's going to back up, hit Elrond, and go prone, which also means Elrond will be trapped if I somehow win the fight. But now the Troll Chieftain also gets to roll a d6 and move that many inches even into another fight. And I've rolled a massive 2 inches.
So where do you want to go?
Well, I was really hoping to go over this barrier and go get that Elf Warrior next to Aristor. But I think for now, we're just going to go and recharge that dude.
Yeah, alright. Cool, so which fight do you want to do next?
Let's do Elrond while he's sitting there.
Alright, Elrond will use his 3 dice.
Got 3 lads in there.
You're on a 5.
5. No banners.
I'm on a 4, Lord of the West reroll.
Please don't.
Oh, okay. So you are, correct me if I'm wrong, 1 model off breaking?
I am 1 model off breaking. I've got 12 dead. I need to kill 13 of my 25.
I want you broken, so I will spend a point of might. That means Elrond has 1 left. And I'm going to strike. I need 5s on these guys, obviously starting on the Morgul Knight. There's one, and Lord of the West on the other one.
Oh.
Kills them both. You are broken, and that is a painful casualty because it looks like there's a clear space between me and the Witch King. Alright, and my guy versus the troll. I'll shield again. It's a 5. I'll take a 5. You're on a 6. Double your strikes. Can you kill him?
You bloody well hope so.
Oh my god! I'm defense 6.
And I am
Are you
strength,
strength 7?
7.
I just survived that. Because the Mordor army bonus only works on troops. Wow.
I think we're just both stunned.
That's brilliant. That actually genuinely changes my plan for
That
next
is
turn.
so massive, because
That
it
is-
means I can't really get into Elrond with the Troll Chieftain next turn.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if they can hear the tone of, oh my lord.
Wow, so Alex, what did you do wrong in a past life to deserve such dismal failure? Let's roll forward.
Let's do it. Oh,
Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so you're broken, I'm broken. Yeah, this is going to get pretty interesting at this point. So Elrond is Hero of Legend, so he automatically passes, and then he is going to charge into the Witch King. So he needs a courage test. He's courage.
7.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god.
Oh, that sucks so bad.
So, Witch King versus Elrond. This will be good. Now, this is a really big deal. I'm going to take the elf that was prone and fought the troll last time. Now, he's passed his courage test for staying around on the battlefield. Now he needs to pass a courage test to charge the troll. And he has done it. That is absolutely massive. And that is a really big deal that that elf survived. He's charged into the troll. The reason that matters so much is because no other model would have been able to charge the troll. So it would have just been a stand fast move, which would have kept all of Alex's models around here around. This way, I think he's going to take some major casualties from this. And as Elrond charges in, he's also going to use a Wrath of Bruinen, his one magical power. He casts it on a 4. There's a 6.
No!
Oh, the Dice God have chosen their champion today. Do you want to resist that with the Witch King?
I will absolutely, not only will it dismount me if I fail, but I take a hit as well, I believe.
You take a hit and you will be trapped when I fight you.
And I have no fate left, I have no might left, I don't want to die.
You've got 7 will points. How many do you want to use?
So I get a reroll to my resist because of the Crown of Mordor,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be... we're going to spend 3 will points.
It's not very
I
much.
hope for the reroll. 4 dice.
4 dice.
Surely they'll make up for me for the troll failing so bad last time.
Alright, let's see it. There we go. Okay,
And
so
you know what? To rub it in, I'm going to reroll, and if I get another 6, I will get another will point back.
that's true.
And we don't.
You didn't? Okay, so that costs you 2 will points. You're down to 5.
Good trade. Elrond's also now out of will, so any spells directed at him, he cannot resist.
That's true, but he does have Hat of Fang, which gives him +1 to wound spirits. And in my next move, Eristor charged this orc up on the barrel, and my other elf charged the orc tracker. And these 2 elves managed to pass their courage test, and in order for them to be in range of this central objective, they needed to climb down. So they both took a climb test, they both passed, and they're both in there, ready to win for Rivendell. And so this Black Numenorian passed a courage test, and he's running backwards to your back objective. Now, you do have one orc over there as well. He's hiding behind some rocks. This is a big courage test, because it will get you an objective.
I am hoping the game ends this turn, so I really wanted to stay around. Courage 3 is the arm bonus.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.
Negatory. And next up was Alex's move where he lost a Morgul Knight, another orc, but one did stay around, so this was a painful turn for him. And here we are at the combat phase. There's no heroics to declare. Alex lost 4 models to some bad courage, so you're down to 9 models. That's 3 more until you are courted and the game will be over. I don't think it's going to happen this turn, but I've still got 9 models on the table as well, so we have equal numbers. Alright, let's go into some combats. Eristor won his fight, but didn't manage to kill his opponent because he was defending an obstacle. This elf also won, but did not manage to get a kill. And then finally, the archers pushed back this orc before we go into the big fight. Alright, Elrond versus the Witch King. Set the bar for me, Alex.
Witch King and a Spearman.
They're on a 6, so Elrond has 3 dice. There's a 6, so I've won the fight.
Uh-oh.
Now, I have a blade that gives me +1 to wound against spirit models. The Witch King is, of course, a spirit. So, a 4, so I can might that. I'll leave it there, and I'll roll the next one. That's a wound on the Witch King. He's dead.
And do you want to kill the Spearman as well?
I'll try to kill the Spearman as well. Got him. Brutal. Breaking models left, right, and center.
Don't worry about it.
No, that's fine.
The Troll Chieftain managed to win this fight, tried to barge, but only rolled a 1 for the distance, so couldn't quite get to Elrond. And priority this turn went to Alex, so I used my last point of might on the battlefield to call a heroic move with Elrond, and he charged into the Troll Chieftain. The Troll Chieftain is going to be a lot harder to kill than the Witch King, so I'm not optimistic here. But I just needed to tie him up so he couldn't use his stand fast. And now it's looking like I might finally be able to break this losing streak, so I'm being really careful and making sure I can hold these objectives. Aristor got a kill with his throwing daggers, which means that this is definitely the last turn of the game, and he ran into another orc. Alex failed an unfortunate courage test on this objective in the backfield, meaning he's lost 2 VPs from that one. And then this Black Numenorian tied up Elrond so that he can get an extra dice in that fight. In the combat phase, Aristor got a kill, and then the Orc Tracker was just pushed back.
And we're up to the last fight of the game, which is the Troll Chieftain and a friend fighting Elrond. I have a lower fight than you, so I'll set the bar on a 6. You've got a 6 as well in your higher fight, so you have won that.
Oh, I kind of just want to barge you. Do you trapped?
I will fall down the ravine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do the barge.
Alright.
So your 3 inches has to push you into the ravine.
Yeah, it will.
So you go tumbling down, and then let's see how far I get. It's 4 inches.
4 inches. So you can charge Elrond again if you want to.
We could, or we just take on. Obviously, you're 3 inches out because I'm not going to let you
Yes,
be
absolutely.
in the objective. And then I will absolutely come down here and charge this spearman and get some retribution.
Alright, well, hopefully. So final fight of the game of this last objective, I'll shield. It's good.
It's not as
It's
good.
not good enough. So you will just push back. Game is over and that objective will be drawn. Let's count up points.
The final score is 6 points to the Elves for killing the enemy leader, breaking the enemy force, and controlling 2 of the objectives, while Alex scores 1 point, just 1 point for breaking me. So that is an Elven win, and I've broken my losing streak on the channel, finally.
So, the battle is over, and unfortunately the forces of Mordor have been defeated. Just fell short at the very end. Have a good one, guys.
And finally, my losing streak is over. I've got to win. I'm very grateful and I'm very relieved because it was starting to get embarrassing. But we've got to win. That's all I can ask for. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to look out for more news on our new upcoming Kickstarter. Thanks.